Hey, and a very warm welcome to our woodland home. The last few weeks have been so full of events and changes that it's almost taken my breath away at times. And I've really had to work at finding, creating, and claiming some special moments in which to invite peace. We marked the autumn equinox with an evening fire and have taken miles of long walks at daybreak. Here, we've found a lot of peace at the softening edges of the day. It's beautiful to observe the liminal places in nature's calendar and really notice the changing colours and temperature, the shifts in the light and nature's mood. Waking early and taking a long walk before the rest of the world wakes up feels grounding. It clears my head of clutter and has given me a feeling of achievement before the day begins. As I've been feeling more reflective, I turn to the Tao Te Ching. Certain books to me are like food for the mind and gives me something to feast on rather than treading the same well-worn paths of thought. I love the way Taoism draws from our natural surroundings to explore our own inner nature, and I want to share a passage with you. Here, I hope to offer some of the nourishment from its ancient wisdom while bringing you along some of our recent woodland adventures. Of those that were the best officers of court, had inner natures subtle, abstruse, mysterious, penetrating, too deep to be understood. And because such people could not be understood, I can only describe them as they appeared to the world. Circumspect they seem, like one who in winter crosses a stream. Watchful as one who must meet danger on every side. Ceremonious as one who pays a visit, yet yielding as ice when it begins to melt. Blank as a piece of uncarved wood. Yet receptive as a hollow in the hills. Murky as a troubled stream. Which of you can assume such murkiness to become in the end still unclear? Which of you can make yourself inert to become in the end full of life and stir? Those who possess this Tao do not try to fill themselves to the brim. And because they do not try to fill themselves to the brim, they are like a garment that endures all wear and need never be renewed. I love this advice, and I've drawn on it over the past few weeks in many situations that required me to give a lot of myself. The idea of being the best officers of court, I think, is the way that we show up to life, whether in our work, our community, our relationships with others, and our way of relating to ourselves. I believe the last 3 lines remind us that working at developing certain qualities within which we can greet our daily life, helping us to take care of ourselves and not becoming burned out or overwhelmed by demands. We can fill our own cup by drawing on our own inner resources. This little piece of wisdom also asks us 2 valuable questions. When I think of murky, I think of parts of our past that might feel dark and muddy. I also think about the quality of the mind. We can only see ourselves reflected back in clear, smooth water. A troubled stream is a troubled mind. This first question reminds me that with moments of stillness, murky waters naturally settle. If our lives are like rivers, we will all have times of murky, turbulent waters. So we need times of stillness. And we need to be patient and kind with ourselves. And yet we cannot be still all of the time. Water needs to flow. Too much rest, stillness, and avoidance of things, and we will stagnate. We need a balance of stillness and movement, of peace and rest, as well as busyness and action. Knowing when we need to take action and when to stop and reflect is so important. I love the 7 qualities described in this passage. They offer some gentle advice with which to meet situations and day-to-day challenges. Being circumspect. That means being careful, unwilling to take risks and jeopardize something. Being watchful. Here is a difference between being vigilant, alert and wakeful, as opposed to anxious, tense and guarded. Working with this quality also means we also notice and appreciate the good things, not just being on the lookout and braced for the next unpleasant event. Ceremonious, being polite, adapting to the requirements of a situation. Seeing life itself as something we are visiting, and treating the events that come our way as guests passing through in our lives. meeting every experience with courtesy, showing up to life with the best of ourselves and our strengths, and, like visitors, remembering that things will come and go. I saw my recent job interview as a visit I was making to the people in the organisation, and as them as guests paying a visit to me and finding out a little more about me. Welcoming the situation and the people in it with warmth, the interview was a lovely experience, and I was offered the position. Yielding, being flexible and adaptable, and getting results. Blank as a piece of uncarved wood. Being clear and unmarked, having a lightness and not being bogged down in opinions or being cynical or prejudiced by past experience. Being a little more like our childhood self. Being receptive, willing to consider or accept new suggestions, thoughts, experiences, and new ideas. Murky, being clouded or muddied by external circumstances, and allowing ourselves to be affected by things. Allowing ourselves to be moved, as long as you can feel your way through and become clear. Finding some peace, stillness and clarity in the midst of everything as it's happening, and allowing time to rest and restore afterwards. The autumn is really creeping in here in our woodland home, and we've been very busy with baking, homemaking, foraging, as well as attending to our health and well-being. Join me soon in my next video when I'll be exploring autumnal Qigong, meditation and self-care. Please leave your thoughts and comments below. I would love to hear from you. Much love.